Hi guys, rise and shine. We grind, we are all fine. The sun shines for yours and mine. My name is Tyrone, and welcome back to my show. Sorry for the background first off, and second of all, I want to apologize for not being there or being on here in a while. I had to kind of take a break, and I definitely, from my mental and emotional, I felt like it was definitely needed, and I also feel like I need to be a little bit more consistent as well. But I definitely feel like the break was needed. Um, and just apologies for the background, I had to kind of get away from distractions, and I felt like this would be the only quiet place for me. But welcome back to my show. Today I have for you discipline and dysfunction. I mainly felt like this would be an important topic to touch up on because a lot of us we have problems when it comes to discipline. You know, a lot of us we try to discipline ourselves, or we try to come up with a a swift strategy to have some form of consistency within ourselves. Not just one time, not just a one time thing, but every day, whether it be going out to job, whether it be doing homework, whether it be studying, doing different things like that, or coming up with different strategies to be consistent or to reach the goals in which you want to reach. It shows discipline. And when it comes to dysfunction, dysfunction is like an inability. We sometimes, sometimes definitely, well, I can't say sometimes, we definitely can have dysfunctions when it comes to certain things or the inability to do certain things. You know what I mean? Um, but the most important thing I want to tell people is that it's more so of the mind state that you have to uphold for yourself. You know, I realize everybody has different states of mind, a different state of mind, excuse me. But if we put forth positivity, just like we think and bring about other things, then we'll be able to see not only positive thoughts, but we'll also experience positive changes. I feel when it comes to discipline, discipline is endurance to perseverance through life's tough challenges to overcome struggles of adversity. You know, um, Discipline reminds me of times where I was maybe in certain relationships that I didn't want to be in, and for me, it was kind of a struggle because it was really something that I never dealt with before, and I was just kind of trying to get away. But the most important part was to acknowledge where I was coming from and acknowledge where they were coming from, and also come to um, come to the conclusion that there are certain things that you need to focus on when it comes to yourself, knowing that everybody is not exempt. You know, um, when it comes to dysfunction, it is the or an impairment or an incorrect or unstable state of of physical inability. We I feel deal with um, things like feeling like we can't do a certain thing, like whether it might even just be playing basketball. Sometimes we feel like we might not be able to play basketball or play pool or something like. Just giving little examples, But the most important part is to always tell yourself that you can. We want to more so build an ability more than an inability. But through the ability, we also have to trust God. We also have to tell ourselves that we are not our mistakes. We are not our errors, and we have to build all of the pain and suffering that we might have went through and use it as fuel to discipline ourselves and figure out the solution rather than the problem. Um, when it comes to discipline, discipline helps with unlocked potential, with the efficiency to break chains and bearing the pain of trial and using it to your advantage. You know, when it comes to stuff like that, there is definitely a lot of people that I definitely find a lot of admiration in when it comes to and just speaking out loud because I find admiration in everybody, you know. So when I see people going through their trials and tribulations, you know, it is kind of, how would I be able to explain it? It's like it's kind of like riding a bicycle. You know, you don't get it that first time, and then you try it the second time, you try it the third time, then you feel like you want to give up. You know, you get tired, but then you tell yourself, it's something that just tells you that you tell yourself, just don't give up, don't go anywhere, keep trying, keep it going, keep persevering, keep enduring, no matter how tired you are, keep it going the next day. You know what I mean? That's the only way we are only going to be able to get better at certain things. But we also, with discipline, there is rest. I also want, I don't know why I felt that, but I felt like that was needed. With discipline, there is also rest. We also need to learn how to rest. You know, a lot of us feel like we need to just keep it going, keep it going, keep it going, because we have so many views or so many different um, opinions or views or perspectives from others that we're not grasping what our body and what we need, you know. So discipline, when it comes to discipline, I just feel like I needed to say that when it comes to discipline, we have to get our rest. Um, when it comes to dysfunction, dysfunction leads to errors, mistakes, and not being able to align with a specific purpose. You know, dysfunction dysfunction is not being able to, is just simply put, you know, a shortly abbreviated, not being able to, you know, um, the inability of feeling like you can or you can't, you know. Like there are definitely people that have certain inabilities in life and that's okay. But the most important part is if you want to, if you really want to, then you'll go ahead and you'll keep it going at that thing and you'll keep it trying. You'll keep trying, you know. I feel like discipline, I feel like, excuse me, you can learn from dysfunction, but discipline is something that we have to pay attention to more. I feel like we need not to pay, and this comes with paying attention to mistakes, you know. We need not to pay attention to our mistakes or our inability to do things, but rather pay attention to what we can put in, to what we invest in ourselves. You know, there are certain things that we go through in our lives that we want to do, but we don't invest ourselves. We don't put forth the work. We don't put forth the perseverance. We don't put forth the endurance. But it is time for all of us as God's children to come up with the endurance, to come up with the perseverance, to overcome the adversity, to overcome the struggle. And it is time for us to rise up. You know, I felt like this was just needed, you know, because I've also been having a lot of trouble when it comes to came to discipline and dysfunction, and I realized um, lack lack within myself. Excuse me. I realized lack or inability within certain things, so I kind of felt like I had to, especially if it was something that I wanted to do. So I definitely felt like if I was maybe going through that, then there's definitely a whole lot of other people going through that. I kind of want to try to put myself in other people's shoes and kind of feel that maybe a lot of people might be going through things like these, but you know, throughout it all, discipline is important and dysfunction is important as well. But it's something not to dwell on, but something to learn on. I hope that this video was a blessing to you guys. Excuse me for the echo. Hopefully, you've heard me more clear than you've heard me when I'm in my house. But I hope that this video helped you guys out. If it did, please leave a thumbs up. Please like, comment, subscribe. Please click the notification links. I also like when you guys comment. I love when you guys comment. But love you guys. Hope you guys have a beautiful Sunday, and I'll see you on the next one.